Hey guys, my name is Ashley Smith, and I wanted to take some time today just to kind of tell you a little bit about coaching and kind of what it's meant for me and my personal life, for my family, and also just a little bit about it, what it is, and how you can get involved and what it looks like to be a coach on my team. So I started coaching, a little over 2.5 years ago, coming up on 3 years in November, and coaching fell into my life around a time when life was just crazy. I was feeling very burnt out as a teacher. I was a middle school Spanish teacher and I was commuting long hours. I was gone, all day long, anywhere between 11 to 13 hours a day before, with the before hours at school and after hours and the traffic. And it was just very exhausting and draining on me. And I started to kind of feel just, tired and burnt out and uninspired and just kind of like, is this it? Like, is this all life is right now? Is this what I'm always going to do? Am I always going to feel like this when I wake up in the morning and come to work? And I hated that feeling. And so as my husband and I were starting to think about, growing our family, we started thinking about, okay, what in the world could I do that would be something that would let me either work less hours or be able to be at home, be able to provide me a little bit of income as a second income for our family. And so I, started researching things, started thinking about, what could I start making or creating that I could be able to sell and ultimately be able to hopefully make some sort of income that would supplement his and allow me to stay at home with the kids. And so that's kind of around the time when coaching fell into my lap. A girl that I was in a fitness community online on Instagram, she found me, she reached out to me, and after having said no to multiple girls who had reached out to me before, I finally said, okay, fine, tell me a little bit more. So I watched a series of videos very similar to this one, and I will never forget there was one video of a woman who was talking to me. She was a teacher as well. She was burnt out. She hated the long hours. She hated being away from her kids. And I just found myself bawling because I related so intensely to her story. And seeing her being able to leave her job that year was like, oh my gosh, I finally felt like there was a small glimmer of hope that I was going to find something that I could do. So I took a couple weeks. I researched the heck out of Beachbody, kind of wanted to figure out what this company was all about. I knew nothing about it aside from the fact that I knew that Insanity and Shaun T were a part of it. My husband had done Insanity right before we got married, and so I did know about that, but that was pretty much it. I thought that's all Beachbody was. I had no idea there was such a thing as coaching. I had no idea there was other programs. I had no idea about any of this, but I knew that it sounded awesome, and I was already sharing my workouts on Instagram, already sharing kind of what I was doing to stay fit and healthy, and I loved it. I was passionate about it. I wanted to help others feel that way, and so I kind of started to get a little bit more curious. So after researching, after thinking about it, my husband, he was a little bit skeptical, so he really researched the business side of things, wanted to make sure this wasn't a pyramid scheme, wanted to make sure it was a legitimate business, a way to make money. And so we, after a lot of talk and back and forth, and he finally decided to support this venture of mine, I said yes, and I signed up as a coach. And I started, just because I wanted to be a better me, I wanted to start on my fitness journey a little bit more. And so I kind of started to plateau a little bit with the community of workouts that I had started. And for those of you who don't know, my beginning of my story, I was a Tone It Up girl. So if you guys know the Tone It Up community, that was where I started. I was working out to all those programs and I loved it, but I started to kind of feel like it was just a lot for me. I couldn't keep up with the long workouts every day, and I couldn't keep up with going to get all of the things for the grocery list, and it was just a little bit more complicated than I personally wanted. But it's ultimately what led me to coaching. So I'm always so grateful for the Tone It Up community because I found myself in that, and I also realized that I had such a passion for health and fitness and such a passion for staying healthy and also sharing that with other people and inspiring them. I started to generate a following from sharing my journey with that, and that's ultimately what led me to believe that, hey, I could maybe do this with Beachbody. And so I jumped all in. I bought my first challenge pack and I started with a program called PIO. It was incredible. It was a yoga Pilates program. I got the longest, leanest muscles. I felt so healthy and good. I started drinking Shakeology every day, which I was always I'm not a shake person kind of person, and I hated protein powder and things like that. But I started drinking that daily and I fell in love with it. The chocolate vegan is my favorite flavor. And And I started drinking that every day and realizing, oh my gosh, like my nails are better, my hair is better, my skin is better. I felt like I had more energy. I was more regular. I didn't have as many migraines and headaches like I used to have. I just felt overall more healthy from all of the, nutrients and the vitamins and the phytonutrients and the pre and probiotics and just so many different superfoods that I was getting out of that shake. I started to feel so healthy and I began to crave it every day. I began to have less sweet tooth cravings, which if anyone knows me, I love my sweets. And so that was something that was a huge eye opener for me, that once I was feeding my body all these healthy foods that I wasn't normally getting if I wasn't following a meal plan, it started to really change the way that my body composition was and just the way that I handled my cravings and what I ate every single day. So I loved that part of it. So I got into a challenge group. I started sharing my workouts, sharing my shakes, sharing what I was eating, and I loved it. So shortly after, I started actually sharing my coach journey. I just posted a little something on Facebook and Instagram, and I said, hey, I have fallen in love with what I've been doing. I've fallen in love with living a healthy lifestyle. It's something I've been so passionate about. And so just letting you guys know that I'm going to start sharing my journey in hopes of inspiring you. So thanks in advance for following along and letting me share all my healthy recipes and workouts and things that are working for me. And that's what I did. I started sharing my journey. And so that is 90% of what a coach does. So when I get girls that ask me, hey, what does a coach actually do? That is it. We share our story and our journey on social media. Beachbody is just the platform that has allowed us to be able to share and help others. So while you're sharing your story and you're sharing what's working for you, the programs, the meal plans, all that kind of stuff, when somebody is interested in what you're doing, then you have these amazing tools from Beachbody, these amazing programs and meal plans and on-demand access, so many things that you have access to that you then get to share with other people. So it's such an incredible company to work for. We, just have this mission of helping others reach their goals of living happy and healthy and fulfilling lives. And that has been something that has been so incredible for me to be a part of. I went from being a very burnt out teacher and just feeling kind of down and out about life, like, I can't believe this is really life. Like, this is all that I'm going to be doing, and feeling so uninspired every single day, to now, almost 3 years into the business, feeling so inspired and happy. I was very just negative, and my marriage was reflecting that. We were constantly fighting. I was very nitpicky and very judgmental about things, and we fought a lot. We really butted heads about things, and slowly and surely through coaching and what it brought into my life, which I'll share in a second, it completely transformed our relationship and our marriage, the way that we communicate and the way that we just kind of started having more fun together again, keeping it more lighthearted and focusing on the things that matter. Coaching there's so many different things about it. Yes, we are helping people and we're sharing our story and we're becoming the best us, the best self, the best version of you by working out and by eating right and just being transparent and honest. It is not about being perfect. It is not about going on a diet for the rest of your life. It is simply a lifestyle change where you are waking up every day with the decision to have this positive filter on your life, the decision to live as happy and healthy as you can. And so we do that through obviously eating healthy and working out and working on yourself, but also through something that we call personal development. Personal development, is reading books and listening to podcasts and things that really just inspire your life, things that help you learn ways to just attack life in a more positive manner, how to be more productive, how to be more of a positive person. It's exactly what it is, personal development. There's so many different facets of what that looks like, but that is something that has completely transformed who I am today. I now have so much more confidence than I used to have. I used to be the girl that would be afraid to wear a bathing suit out in public, or be trying to pull the towel up on the sides of my legs to cover up the stretch marks that were on the sides of my legs that I inherited in high school. Once I went from dancing, I was very, very skinny and tiny as a dancer, and then went to a much more muscular build when I started cheerleading in high school, and I got some stretch marks on the inner and outer of my thighs, and I have always been so self-conscious of those. And it's amazing. It's not like those things have gone away, but it's like I've decided and learned how to view myself in a more positive manner. I'm now a mom that has stretch marks on my belly. I've got 2 kids, and I don't think about those things anymore. They're beautiful markings on my body that have created this these two amazing lives that are now, my sweet, precious kids. And so it's just really, really awesome to see the transformation that can happen as you're going through your coaching journey, as you're working on yourself and sharing the things, your gains and your struggles. And it's incredible to inspire other people as you're kind of working on your own stuff too, and just being transparent and sharing as much as you're comfortable to. So that's something that has been really therapeutic for me, and something that has completely changed who I am as a person. I have just gone from somebody who was so insecure to someone with so much more confidence. I never would have imagined that I would have been here giving you a video like this, sharing my story, and getting up on stage for various recognitions for my team and things that have happened over the last couple years. My team is a top 10 team out of over 420,000 other teams. And so we have just worked so hard together to share our story and our life, and make it our life's mission to be transparent, and also just to use our lives as a vessel and as a platform to share and to inspire and help other women to live happy and healthy, and for them just to have this intense belief in themselves that they never thought that they had. I never thought that I would be here. I never thought that I could do anything outside the box like this. No one ever gave me permission to do that. I felt like I went to school and I got a degree and I was going to be a teacher, and I spent all this time in school to be a teacher, and that's what I was going to do. And even if it meant living inside the classroom and being uninspired and just kind of dreading every day when I put my feet on the ground to go to work and drive those hours to work, and just feel very like, man, I guess this is it. And that's kind of what I started to believe until I found coaching. Coaching has brought so much freedom to my life, so much, a complete 180 in who I am as a person and how I approach my relationships, and how I focus on the things that are positive and really try to find that silver lining in life. Life is so short. There's been so many things that I've gone through in my personal life that could have just brought me down. And honestly, everything that coaching has brought to my life, the amazing personal development that has changed the way that I am more confident, and I have more power to approach the crazy detours of life. And I have this amazing community. My team, the Inspiration Crew, is my rock. They are my family. They are my friends. The husbands and the kids have become such pieces of family in our lives. My husband Spencer and I'm acting like he's here. My husband Spencer and I, we have found so much friendship and family within our team, and it's been just incredible to see our team grow and see all of their amazing hearts for what they do, what we do as a team to try and help others live happy and healthy. And so that really is what coaching is all about. It's about living and wanting to be the best you that you can be, wanting to work on yourself, wanting to share that with other people within the community of your team and of just the people around you, and just living as a light. There's so much negativity in this world, and the more that I get in touch and in the community, and the more that I get in at events and things like that with my team, I start to just remember how incredible it is what we get to do as coaches. We get to provide this little glimpse of light into the world around us that can be so dark and negative. And that's been something that has been so powerful for me, and something so pivotal in my life. I was about to continue living as a burnt out, uninspired, unmotivated woman, and now I have done something that was so scary for me. I think I was about to die when I made my first post as a coach about a workout that I was doing. I was so nervous, but it is something that has pushed me so far outside of my comfort zone, and ultimately led to the most amazing experience. It's created so much belief in myself that I never thought that I could have. I never thought that I could do something like this. I never believed in myself enough to just give myself credit for what I was passionate about and say, Ashley, freaking go for it. And so that's been something so empowering and so amazing, and something that I personally strive for every single day, to share my story and share where I came from, where I'm at now, and where I'm going with this. And that is, to inspire as many people and as many women as I can to just live an empowered life and finally have belief in themselves, and give themselves permission to get them into their healthy mindset, and get them in the body that they have always wanted, and in the mindset they've always wanted, and to be able to do something for them. So, coaching Coaching is just incredible. It's something that's changed me completely. It's something that's given me an identity outside of just motherhood. You know, being a wife and a mom, all I ever wanted was to be a mom. And I love it. And there's so many wonderful things about it. And it is just, my kids are my life. I love them and I love my husband so much. And it's so great that I have coaching as well. You know, it's something that I do in the cracks of my day with my kiddos running around me. I don't have to go to work. I don't have to put them in daycare. I don't have to leave them. I get to experience every single stage of life with them, which is exactly what I wanted. And I get to do it while making a wonderful income. You know, I left my teaching job within 8.5 months of being a coach, making pretty much what I was making as a coach. And now I make much more than that. And it's something that has completely blessed our family and helped us get out of debt, helped us, you know, it has actually supplied our family while my husband was out of a job for over 8 months. It's just been such an incredible lifesaver, financially, relationally, and just so in so many other ways. So I can't help but share it with you, and I hope that you can hear my story and be inspired to finally do something for you. Do something that maybe you never thought that you could, but you just desperately want to be a better person. You want to be the best you possible for yourself, for your husband, for your kids. Coaching has completely changed who I am, and I would not be the mother, the wife, the daughter, the sister, the friend that I am today without everything that I have learned and just embodied since becoming a coach. So I hope that helps you know a little bit more about my story as a coach, a little bit more about what it is that we do as coaches. We simply share what we're doing to become better people and inspire others to do the same. They come to you, they get excited about what you're doing. That's awesome. Then you have Beachbody, all of the tools from Beachbody, all the programs and the meal plans and Shakeology to be able to give to them as a resource to feel amazing. And then you get them into a group with you, you support them, you love on them, and you help them live the best, healthiest life that they possibly could have ever imagined. So that's a little bit about my story. I hope that you enjoyed hearing kind of where I came from, where I'm at now, and I'm not stopping here. This has created the most amazing experience in my life, and I can't help but share it with you. So thanks for listening, and I will talk to you soon.